In a world that often resembles a tumultuous storm, we frequently seek refuge in transient comforts, only to find ourselves drifting, estranged from our authentic selves. This relentless quest for solace in external distractions leaves us unmoored and disoriented, lacking a true connection to who we are meant to be. Yet, amid this turbulence, there exists a path, one that enables us to remain steadfast and unshaken by the surrounding chaos. It is a journey toward becoming the best version of ourselves, not through the pursuit of external validation, but through the mastery of our inner realms. The essence of this path lies in the subtle, often overlooked elements of our inner world, those nuances that define our character and shape our responses to life's challenges. Stoicism, an ancient philosophy with profound relevance today, offers invaluable insights into this journey. The Stoics understood that true strength and clarity come not from external achievements, but from mastering our own thoughts, emotions, and actions. The Stoic philosophers, such as Marcus Aurelius and Seneca, imparted wisdom that reveals how to navigate life's adversities with resilience and purpose. Their teachings emphasize the importance of self-control, inner fortitude, and a clear understanding of what truly matters. By embracing these principles, we can cultivate an unbreakable strength and a sense of profound clarity in our own lives. To embark on this journey, we must first acknowledge the need for introspection and self-awareness. This process involves examining our own beliefs, values, and reactions to the world around us. It requires us to confront and challenge the superficial distractions that often lead us astray. Through this introspection, we can align ourselves with our core values and cultivate a sense of inner stability. As we delve deeper into the heart of Stoicism, we discover practical strategies for maintaining our composure in the face of adversity. These strategies include developing resilience against external pressures, embracing the impermanence of life, and focusing on what is within our control. By integrating these practices into our daily lives, we can build a solid foundation of inner strength and purpose. The journey to becoming the truest, most resilient version of ourselves is not about achieving perfection, but about striving for continuous growth and self-improvement. It is about recognizing our potential and actively working towards realizing it, guided by the wisdom of Stoic principles. Through this commitment, we can transcend the chaos of the external world and find a profound sense of fulfillment and clarity within ourselves. Let us embark on this transformative journey together, exploring the timeless wisdom of Stoicism and uncovering the secrets to becoming our best selves. In doing so, we will not only navigate the storm of life with unwavering strength, but also emerge as individuals of profound resilience and purpose. Number 1. The art of negative visualization. In the intricate tapestry of Stoic philosophy, one practice that stands out for its depth and effectiveness is premeditatio malorum, or the premeditation of evils. This practice might initially seem counterintuitive, as it involves deliberately contemplating the worst possible outcomes. However, rather than fostering a negative or pessimistic mindset, this exercise is designed to prepare and strengthen our minds against the inevitable adversities that life throws our way. By engaging in this mental rehearsal, we create a fortified psychological barrier that diminishes the impact of misfortune when it arises. The core of premeditatio malorum lies in envisioning in vivid detail the various forms of hardship and loss we might encounter. This could include scenarios such as financial ruin, personal failure, or the loss of loved ones. By mentally navigating these challenging situations, we effectively strip them of their power to shock and destabilize us. This preparation process involves not just imagining these adverse events, but thoroughly exploring their potential impact on our lives, emotions, and actions. Through this thorough exploration, we make ourselves more resilient and less susceptible to the emotional upheaval that such events might otherwise provoke. This practice serves as a form of mental conditioning. Just as athletes train their bodies to withstand physical stress, premeditatio malorum trains our minds to handle psychological stress. By repeatedly exposing ourselves to the idea of potential failures and losses, we build a psychological immunity that helps us manage real-life adversities with greater composure and clarity. This process transforms the initial fear and anxiety associated with these outcomes into a structured and manageable part of our mental landscape, making it easier to confront and cope with them when they occur. Moreover, negative visualization fosters a profound sense of gratitude and appreciation for the present moment. When we actively consider the worst that could happen, we gain a heightened awareness of our current circumstances and the blessings we may take for granted. This awareness prompts a deeper appreciation for the stability and comfort we currently enjoy, as we recognize how easily these aspects of our lives could change. In this way, the practice not only prepares us for potential difficulties, but also enhances our capacity to savor and value the present. In addition, premeditatio malorum encourages a proactive and strategic approach to problem solving. By anticipating potential challenges, we can develop contingency plans and strategies to address them. This foresight allows us to act with greater confidence and efficiency when faced with actual difficulties, as we have already considered possible solutions and prepared ourselves mentally. This strategic mindset helps us approach problems with a sense of readiness and adaptability, rather than being caught off guard by unexpected setbacks. Number 2. Cultivating indifference to indifference. In the Stoic tradition, the concept of apatheia represents a nuanced understanding of indifference. It's crucial to clarify that this does not advocate for a blanket disengagement from life or its experiences. Instead, apatheia encourages us to cultivate a specific form of indifference, one that allows us to disengage from what truly does not matter, thereby enabling us to focus our energies on what is truly significant. This form of discernment is essential for living a life aligned with our deepest values and aspirations. The modern world is an incessant whirlwind of distractions and superficial concerns. We are constantly bombarded by a flood of information, opinions, and trivial matters that vie for our attention. These distractions, though often compelling, are typically ephemeral and lack substantial meaning. They pull us away from our core purpose and prevent us from dedicating our time and energy to what genuinely matters. To cultivate apatheia is to develop the ability to sift through this noise and focus on what is essential, thereby preserving our energy and attention for what truly contributes to our growth and well-being. To embody this refined indifference, we must first cultivate a keen sense of discernment. This involves developing the ability to distinguish between what is significant and what is merely a distraction. It requires a deep understanding of our own values and goals, as well as a commitment to aligning our actions with these guiding principles. By prioritizing what aligns with our true nature, we engage with life more purposefully and meaningfully. This is not a passive detachment, but an active engagement with our core priorities. The process of becoming the best version of oneself involves an intentional practice of focusing on what aligns with our authentic self. It requires a conscious choice to engage with the elements of life that resonate with our deepest values and aspirations while letting go of those that do not. This deliberate choice is rooted in a clear understanding of what is truly important and a commitment to maintaining this focus amidst the constant barrage of distractions. In practice, this form of indifference is not about rejecting life's experiences, but about refining our engagement with them. It involves a disciplined approach to recognizing and dismissing the distractions that do not serve our higher goals. This means resisting the temptation to get caught up in fleeting concerns or superficial issues that offer little in terms of long-term fulfillment or growth. Instead, it is about directing our attention and efforts towards what truly enriches our lives and aligns with our values. Cultivating apatheia also requires an internal fortitude and clarity of purpose. It is an ongoing process of refining our focus and ensuring that our actions are consistently aligned with our deeper goals and values. This disciplined approach enables us to navigate life with a sense of purpose and direction, free from the influence of the trivial and inconsequential. It empowers us to maintain our course with unwavering determination, even in the face of the myriad distractions that life presents. Number 3. The power of voluntary discomfort. In our quest for personal growth and self-improvement, comfort often stands as an unrecognized barrier. It is easy to associate comfort with relaxation and well-being, yet it can be an insidious adversary to genuine development. The Stoics, ancient philosophers renowned for their emphasis on inner strength and resilience, understood this paradox deeply. They advocated for a practice known as voluntary discomfort, a concept that involves deliberately placing oneself in uncomfortable situations not for the sake of suffering, but to cultivate fortitude and self-mastery. Voluntary discomfort encompasses a range of practices designed to challenge our physical and mental limits. This could mean enduring periods of fasting, braving harsh weather conditions, or choosing to sleep on a hard, unyielding surface. The essence of these practices lies not in the discomfort itself, but in the purposeful choice to engage with it. By stepping outside their comfort zones, the Stoics aimed to demonstrate to themselves that they were capable of enduring much more than their usual conditions would suggest. The underlying principle of voluntary discomfort is to break free from the constraints imposed by external comforts and dependencies. It is an exercise in psychological and emotional resilience. By voluntarily subjecting themselves to discomfort, Stoics train their minds to detach from the need for external validation and comfort. This practice fostered a profound sense of inner strength, enabling them to face adversity with a steady and unwavering spirit. Such experiences served as powerful reminders of their ability to endure and thrive, regardless of the circumstances. In the modern context, the concept of voluntary discomfort can be applied in various ways to enhance personal growth. For instance, engaging in rigorous physical training or pushing oneself to meet demanding goals can simulate the Stoic practice of enduring discomfort. Similarly, facing uncomfortable truths, having difficult conversations, or undertaking challenging projects can provide opportunities to test and strengthen one's mental and emotional resilience. Each instance of discomfort offers a chance to develop a robust inner fortitude and to reinforce the belief that we are capable of overcoming obstacles. The practice of voluntary discomfort also instills a sense of self-reliance and autonomy. When we willingly expose ourselves to discomfort, we become less dependent on external sources of comfort and more attuned to our internal resources. This shift in perspective empowers us to approach life's challenges with greater confidence and adaptability. We learn that our strength lies not in avoiding difficulties, but in mastering our reactions to them, enabling us to navigate life's uncertainties with greater ease. Moreover, incorporating voluntary discomfort into our lives can significantly transform our character. It fosters a mindset of resilience and perseverance, preparing us to face the unpredictable nature of life with equanimity. By repeatedly choosing to confront discomfort, we build a mental fortitude that remains unshaken by external conditions. Number 4. The practice of focusing on the last time. Imagine each action you take, each interaction you engage in, as though it might be the last opportunity you ever have to do so. This contemplative practice, known as ultima in Stoic philosophy, introduces a profound sense of urgency and mindfulness into the fabric of daily life. It's a mental exercise that compels you to approach every moment with a heightened awareness of its impermanence and value. By envisioning each experience as a potential final act, you breathe new life into the mundane and turn routine actions into meaningful endeavors. When you adopt the mindset of ultima, you begin to perceive the weight of your actions more acutely. Every gesture, no matter how small, becomes imbued with significance. This approach demands that you eschew trivialities and half-hearted efforts, pushing you towards a more engaged and intentional way of living. The knowledge that each moment could be your last forces you to confront the reality of time's fleeting nature, thereby sharpening your focus and deepening your commitment to each task at hand. Living with the ultima perspective transforms ordinary interactions into profound encounters. Conversations that might otherwise be casual or routine take on a new dimension of importance when you consider them as if they were the last chance to connect with someone. This shift in awareness fosters richer, more meaningful relationships as you become more present and attentive in your interactions. The practice encourages you to truly listen, to respond with sincerity, and to value the time spent with others as something truly precious. Incorporating ultima into your daily life also challenges you to confront and overcome the inertia of habitual behavior. When each action is viewed through the lens of finality, the tendency to drift through life with little thought or purpose is replaced by a more deliberate and focused approach. This exercise pushes you to engage fully with each moment, thereby transforming routine tasks into opportunities for growth and reflection. The mundane becomes imbued with purpose, and every effort is infused with a sense of urgency and significance. The power of ultima lies not in inducing a sense of dread or anxiety about the end, but in fostering a deeper appreciation for the present. By embracing the idea that every moment might be your last, you cultivate a profound gratitude for the time you have. This perspective encourages you to live with intention, to pour your full self into every action, and to savor each experience with the knowledge that it is fleeting and unique. Moreover, this practice enhances your capacity to live authentically and purposefully. When you treat each moment as if it were the last, you are compelled to act with integrity and authenticity. This mindset cultivates a life that is both deeply fulfilling and rich in meaning. The fear of losing out or missing an opportunity becomes less about regret and more about embracing each experience fully, ensuring that you leave nothing undone or unsaid. Number 5. Turning obstacles into opportunities. The Stoic mindset reveals a profound truth. Obstacles are not mere impediments but powerful catalysts for transformation. This perspective is rooted in the wisdom of ancient Stoic philosophers who believed that the essence of personal growth lies in our response to challenges. The Stoic approach is not to view obstacles as mere interruptions, but as opportunities for profound self-improvement. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most influential Stoic thinkers, eloquently expressed this principle. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. This insight encapsulates the Stoic alchemy of turning adversity into advantage. To fully grasp this concept, consider that every obstacle we encounter is akin to raw material that can be refined into a valuable asset. When faced with a challenge, the Stoic mindset encourages us to perceive it not as a barrier but as a vital part of our personal development. This perspective shifts our focus from the immediate inconvenience to the broader potential for growth. Each difficulty presents an opportunity to cultivate essential virtues, such as strength, wisdom, and patience. The Stoic approach teaches us that by embracing and confronting these challenges, we unlock the potential for significant personal transformation. The practical application of this mindset involves a deliberate and proactive engagement with our difficulties. Rather than avoiding or resenting obstacles, we confront them with a sense of curiosity and determination. This engagement is not passive but involves an active process of reflection and adaptation. By examining the nature of the obstacle and understanding its implications, we gain insights that contribute to our personal growth. This approach allows us to transform frustration into motivation, using each challenge as a stepping stone to greater resilience and adaptability. Every obstacle, when viewed through the Stoic lens, becomes a unique opportunity for self-refinement. Much like a sculptor chisels away at a block of marble to reveal the form within, the Stoic sees challenges as the means to shape and perfect one's character. Each difficulty provides a chance to practice and enhance virtues such as perseverance, patience, and clarity of thought. This process of continuous self-improvement through adversity not only strengthens our character, but also aligns us more closely with our true potential. This transformation requires a conscious shift in perspective. It is not enough to acknowledge the role of obstacles. One must actively choose to embrace them. This involves a shift from viewing challenges as unwelcome interruptions to seeing them as integral to our personal evolution. The Stoic mindset teaches us that our response to difficulties is what ultimately shapes our journey. By approaching challenges with a mindset of acceptance and growth, we are able to harness their transformative power. Number 6. Quiet strength of Stoic reserve. In a modern world that relentlessly values volume and spectacle, the Stoics' embrace of quiet reserve stands as a profound counterpoint. This reserve is not a mere absence of noise, but a deliberate and powerful silence that emerges from deep within. Unlike the superficial quiet that might stem from fear or insecurity, Stoic reserve represents a cultivated calmness, an inner strength that doesn't require external validation. It is an embodiment of the belief that true strength is not broadcasted to the world but resides firmly within oneself. Consider the cacophony of contemporary life, where social media metrics, public accolades, and the constant rush for recognition create a relentless clamor. In this environment, the Stoic's choice to maintain a quiet presence is both radical and powerful. This is not the silence of subservience or passivity, but rather the deliberate choice to act with purpose and integrity without seeking applause. The Stoics' actions are driven by an intrinsic sense of duty and personal principles rather than a desire for external rewards. Their achievements, though significant, are often unnoticed by the masses, yet they are deeply fulfilling and meaningful. At the heart of this quiet strength is a profound self-awareness. The Stoic does not rely on the fickle opinions of others for their sense of worth. Instead, their self-worth is grounded in a deep understanding of their own values and principles. This internal compass allows them to navigate life's challenges with a steady hand and a clear mind. They act from a place of inner conviction, remaining unaffected by the external noise that often sways those who seek validation. This inner confidence is not the result of arrogance, but of a well-grounded assurance in their own path and purpose. Cultivating such a reserve involves mastering the art of detachment. Detachment, in the Stoic sense, is not about withdrawal from life, but rather about freeing oneself from the need for external approval. This form of detachment enables the Stoic to engage with the world fully, yet remain unaffected by its judgments. They focus on their actions and decisions with clarity and purpose, knowing that their value is not contingent on others' opinions. This detachment fosters resilience, allowing them to remain steadfast and composed regardless of external circumstances. Living with Stoic reserve also means embracing a form of quiet leadership. The Stoic's presence and actions often inspire others not through loud declarations, but through the strength of their example. This quiet leadership is marked by humility, integrity, and unwavering commitment to personal values. It provides a model of strength that is rooted in self-discipline and ethical behavior, showing that true influence comes from living in accordance with one's principles rather than seeking the spotlight. The impact of this quiet strength extends beyond the individual. In a world where noise and superficiality often dominate, the Stoic's reserve provides a refreshing contrast. It serves as a reminder of the power of inner calm and the strength that comes from self-knowledge and personal integrity. Number 7. Practicing mindful mortality. In Stoic philosophy, the contemplation of mortality is not a morbid preoccupation, but a profound practice that enriches life. The Stoic does not shy away from the reality of death. Instead, they meditate on it daily as a powerful reminder of life's impermanence. This meditation is not meant to evoke fear or sadness, but to sharpen our awareness and appreciation for the present. By consistently reflecting on our mortality, we free ourselves from the illusions and distractions that often cloud our judgment, and instead, we focus on what truly matters, living a life of purpose, intention, and depth. Understanding the inevitability of death brings into sharp focus the transient nature of our existence. In a world where we are constantly bombarded by external pressures, be it the pursuit of wealth, status, or fleeting pleasures, it is easy to lose sight of what is truly important. The practice of mindful mortality serves as a compass, guiding us back to our core values and helping us distinguish between what is essential and what is trivial. When we recognize that our time is limited, the superficial concerns that once consumed us begin to fade away, leaving behind a clearer sense of purpose and direction. This awareness of our mortality acts as a catalyst for living with greater urgency and intention. Every moment becomes a precious opportunity to align our actions with our deepest values and long-term goals. We are no longer content with merely existing or going through the motions. Instead, we seek to live fully and intentionally. This sense of urgency drives us to make meaningful choices, to engage in activities that contribute to our growth and well-being, and to cultivate relationships that bring joy and fulfillment. In this way, The Stoic practice of meditating on death transforms our daily lives, infusing them with a sense of purpose and significance. Furthermore, contemplating our mortality deepens our appreciation for the simple, often overlooked aspects of life. When we come to terms with the fact that our time on this earth is finite, the small moments like a conversation with a loved one, the warmth of the sun on our skin, or the quiet satisfaction of completing a task, take on a new level of importance. These experiences, which might otherwise be dismissed as mundane, become sources of deep joy and contentment. This heightened sense of appreciation not only enriches our daily lives, but also strengthens our resilience in the face of adversity, allowing us to find meaning and beauty even in difficult times. The practice of mindful mortality also empowers us to prioritize what is truly valuable in our lives. In a society that often equates success with material wealth or social status, it can be easy to lose sight of what genuinely matters. By regularly reflecting on the inevitability of death, we are encouraged to examine our choices, habits, and goals, shedding the unnecessary and focusing on what truly contributes to our well-being and the well-being of those around us. This process of prioritization helps us to live with greater clarity, making decisions that are aligned with our true values and aspirations, rather than being swayed by external pressures or societal expectations. Number 8. The freedom of letting go. In the heart of Stoic philosophy lies a profound understanding of the human condition, a recognition that attachment to the impermanent things of this world is the root of much of our suffering. This concept, while simple in its articulation, holds the key to a life unburdened by the anxieties and fears that so often weigh us down. The Stoic does not advocate for a life devoid of emotion or connection, but rather for a life lived with a deep abiding awareness of the transient nature of all things. It is through this understanding that we begin to grasp the true meaning of freedom, freedom not from life itself, but from the clinging and grasping that so often define our existence. To truly comprehend the Stoic notion of detachment, we must first confront the reality of impermanence. Everything in our lives, our possessions, our relationships, our very existence, is in a constant state of change. What we cherish today may be gone tomorrow. The house we live in, the people we love, the successes we achieve, none of these are guaranteed to last. This is not a cause for despair, but rather a call to wakefulness. The Stoic teaches us that by embracing this impermanence, we can liberate ourselves from the suffering that comes from our desire to hold on to things that, by their very nature, cannot be held. Detachment, in the Stoic sense, is not about withdrawing from the world or renouncing our responsibilities and connections. It is about engaging with the world fully, but with a mindset that is free from the need to possess or control. When we practice detachment, we do not love less. In fact, we love more deeply, but without the fear that often accompanies attachment. We work passionately, not because we are driven by the need for recognition or success, but because we find joy and meaning in the work itself. We live fully, not because we are desperate to cling to life, but because we appreciate each moment as a unique and fleeting gift. This practice of detachment is a path to true freedom. When we let go of our attachments, we also let go of the fear of loss. We no longer live in constant anxiety about what might be taken from us, because we have come to understand that nothing was truly ours to begin with. This does not mean that we become indifferent or apathetic. On the contrary, it means that we approach life with a greater sense of clarity and purpose. We are able to see things as they are, rather than through the distorted lens of our desires and fears. This clarity allows us to move through life with a sense of grace and equanimity, unshaken by the inevitable ups and downs that come our way. The freedom that comes from letting go also transforms our relationships. When we release our need to possess or control others, we create space for genuine connection and love to flourish. We can love someone deeply without feeling the need to cling to them and without the fear of losing them. This kind of love is not based on attachment, but on a deep respect for the other person as they are, in all their complexity and impermanence. It is a love that is free from the suffocating grip of possessiveness, and therefore, it is a love that can truly thrive. Number 9. The discipline of unhurried action. In today's world where speed and efficiency are often celebrated as the ultimate virtues, there is a profound wisdom in embracing the discipline of unhurried action, a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy. At first glance, the idea of slowing down might seem counterintuitive, especially in a society that equates haste with productivity and success. However, this practice is far from laziness. It is a deliberate and thoughtful approach to life that cultivates deeper awareness and more meaningful engagement with our actions. When we rush through tasks, driven by the pressure to meet deadlines or the fear of missing out, we often sacrifice quality for quantity. The Stoic, however, understands that true mastery lies not in the speed of execution, but in the precision and clarity of each action. By deliberately slowing down, we allow ourselves the space to fully engage with what we are doing, to consider the implications of our decisions, and to act from a place of wisdom rather than impulse. This approach transforms even the most mundane tasks into opportunities for growth and learning. The discipline of unhurried action is not about resisting the flow of time or shirking responsibilities. It is about aligning our actions with our values and intentions. In moments of calm, we can better discern what truly matters and focus our energy on what is essential. This steady, deliberate pace enables us to see beyond the immediate urgency of a situation and to respond with greater clarity and purpose. We become less reactive to external pressures and more in tune with our inner compass, guided by the wisdom that comes from thoughtful reflection. In a world that often glorifies multitasking and constant busyness, the practice of unhurried action is a radical act of self-discipline. It requires us to resist the urge to rush, to step back and assess the bigger picture, and to trust that by taking our time, we will ultimately achieve more meaningful results. This patience is not passive. It is an active engagement with the present moment, a conscious choice to be fully present and intentional in all that we do. One of the greatest benefits of unhurried action is that it allows us to avoid the mistakes that often come from haste. When we act too quickly, we are more likely to overlook important details, to misjudge situations, and to make decisions that we later regret. By slowing down, we give ourselves the opportunity to consider all aspects of a situation, to weigh the pros and cons, and to make choices that are aligned with our long-term goals and values. This thoughtful approach leads to more successful outcomes and a greater sense of fulfillment. Moreover, the discipline of unhurried action fosters a deeper connection with ourselves and the world around us. When we move through life at a slower pace, we become more attuned to the subtleties of our environment, the nuances of our relationships, and the rhythms of our own bodies and minds. This heightened awareness allows us to appreciate the richness of life, to savor each moment, and to act with a sense of purpose and intention. Number 10. The power of daily renunciation. In the heart of Stoic philosophy lies the profound practice of daily renunciation. This is not a mere act of giving up something trivial. It is a deliberate exercise in mastering our desires and gaining control over our attachments. The Stoics believe that by letting go of something each day, be it a physical object, a comfort, or a harmful habit, we could train our minds in discipline and detachment. This practice serves as a daily reminder that our worth is not tied to what we possess, but rather to the strength of our character. Each small act of renunciation is a step toward mental fortitude. When we willingly relinquish a small pleasure or a material possession, we are not depriving ourselves. We are empowering ourselves. It is in these moments of intentional sacrifice that we learn to distinguish between what is essential and what is superfluous. We begin to see that many of the things we cling to are not necessary for our well-being or happiness, but rather distractions that prevent us from fully realizing our potential. The beauty of this practice lies in its simplicity. It doesn't require grand gestures or dramatic changes. Instead, it invites us to make small, consistent choices that gradually reshape our inner world. By letting go of a minor indulgence, a cup of coffee, a favorite snack, or even a few minutes of mindless scrolling, we create space in our lives for what truly matters. This daily exercise in self-control reinforces our independence from external influences and strengthens our ability to face life's challenges with equanimity. Renunciation is not about self-denial or asceticism, it is about liberation. When we practice letting go, we free ourselves from the chains of attachment that bind us to the material world. We begin to understand that our true value lies not in what we own, but in who we are. This realization fosters a deep sense of inner peace as we learn to derive our sense of self-worth from our virtues rather than our possessions. Moreover, daily renunciation helps us to clarify our values. By examining what we are willing to let go of, we gain insight into what is most important to us. We learn to prioritize our goals and align our actions with our core beliefs. This practice cultivates a sense of purpose and direction as we become more attuned to the principles that guide our lives. In the long run, the habit of renunciation builds a life that is rich in character rather than in material wealth. It teaches us to find contentment in simplicity and to seek fulfillment in the development of our inner selves. As we continue to practice this art of letting go, we become more resilient, more self-aware, and more grounded in our true identity. Ultimately, the power of daily renunciation lies in its ability to transform us from within. By consistently choosing to release what is unnecessary, we cultivate a mind that is free, disciplined, and focused on what truly matters. We become less dependent on external circumstances and more in tune with our inner strength. This is the essence of Stoicism, a philosophy that empowers us to live with wisdom, courage, and integrity, no matter what life may bring. These 10 Stoic secrets are more than mere strategies. They are the foundation for building a life rich in depth, meaning, and unwavering strength. We are not just adopting new habits but reshaping our very existence. As we walk this path together, it is essential to recognize that our journey is not a quest for perfection, but a relentless pursuit of authenticity and resilience. We are not just living. We are forging ourselves into individuals of profound substance, capable of withstanding any trial that life presents. As we move forward, let us remind ourselves that the journey to becoming our best selves is not marked by what we accumulate or achieve externally. Rather, it is defined by what we choose to release, our fears, doubts, and the illusions that hinder our progress. The Stoics teach us that true growth is found in the art of letting go, in shedding the layers that obscure our inner strength. It is about who we become in the process, the evolution of our character, and the deepening of our understanding of the self. The wisdom of the Stoics guides us to focus inward, to cultivate the power that resides within us. They remind us that the true source of strength and resilience does not lie in the external world, but within our own minds and hearts. It is not the circumstances we encounter that define us, but the calm we nurture in response to them. The storms of life are inevitable, but our ability to remain centered amidst them is what sets us apart and leads us toward becoming our truest selves. Epictetus, one of the great Stoic philosophers, once said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." These words resonate deeply as we strive to master our thoughts, emotions, and actions. In this mastery, we find the freedom that allows us to rise above the chaos of the world. We are not seeking control over others or external events, but rather control over our own inner world. This is where true freedom and strength are born. As we walk this path, it is vital to remember that we are not alone. Together, we are part of a collective journey towards self-mastery and personal growth. Each step we take is a step toward unlocking the potential that lies dormant within us. We are bound by a shared commitment to become the best version of ourselves, guided by the principles of Stoicism, which offer clarity, purpose, and direction. The journey is not without its challenges, but it is in facing these challenges that we grow stronger. Every obstacle we encounter is an opportunity to refine our character, to test our resolve, and to deepen our understanding of what it means to live a life of virtue and integrity. With each challenge, we move closer to embodying the wisdom of the Stoics, who have shown us that the path to greatness is paved with perseverance, humility, and an unwavering commitment to self-improvement. In the end, our journey is not just about personal transformation, but about becoming a beacon of strength and resilience for others. By mastering ourselves, we not only find freedom and strength within, but also inspire those around us to embark on their own journeys of self-discovery and growth.